Your phone buzzes. It's not a text, it's a news alert. Your own face is on the screen. Not a photo you posted, not a selfie. A photo the FBI pulled from your driver's license, now sitting under a headline with your name spelled correctly for the first time all week. You have maybe 6 hours before every officer in this state knows exactly what you look like. You have $340 in your wallet, a car with a quarter tank of gas, and absolutely no plan. This is what it actually feels like to become the most wanted person in the country, and how fast a normal life turns into a countdown. You're 29. 2 hours ago, you were a person nobody outside your zip code had ever heard of. Then the knock came. Except it wasn't a knock. It was your neighbor banging on your door, telling you cops were talking to people up and down the street, asking about you by name. You didn't do what they think you did, or maybe you did. It doesn't matter right now, because the only thing that matters is that a warrant already has your name on it, and you have minutes, not hours, to decide what happens next. You grab your keys. You don't grab a bag. You don't say goodbye to anyone, because saying goodbye means someone else knows where you went. You back out of your driveway for what you don't yet realize is the last time in a very long while. You drive for 4 hours with no destination, just direction, away. You turn your phone off completely somewhere around hour 2 because you remember something you read once. They can find you through it. You don't actually know if that's true. You just know you can't afford to be wrong. You sleep in your car in a gas station parking lot, seat reclined, keys still in the ignition in case you need to move fast. You don't really sleep. You listen to every car door slam in the lot like it's aimed at you. By morning, you have $290 left. You spent $50 on gas and a burner phone from a gas station rack. Cash only, no name, no signature. You look at yourself in the rearview mirror and don't recognize the person staring back. Day 3. You learn fast because you have to. Cash only, every card you own is a tracking device now. You pull $200 out at 3 different ATMs before you go dark completely because you know that's the last clean money you'll ever touch. You avoid highways with license plate readers. You learn which gas stations have cameras angled at the pumps and which ones don't. You start parking 2 blocks from wherever you're actually sleeping just in case. You haven't eaten a hot meal in 2 days. You buy food from convenience stores, always paying exact change, always keeping your head down, always positioning yourself so the register camera only catches the side of your face. You realize you've become someone who thinks in exits. Every room you walk into, you already know where the door is before you sit down. Day 6. You're sitting in a diner, hood up, when the TV mounted in the corner shows your face. Not a grainy photo this time, a press conference, a detective with your name in his mouth saying words like armed and dangerous that don't match anything you know about yourself. 2 tables over, someone glances at the TV, then glances at you. You don't know if they noticed. You leave your food half-eaten and walk out slowly, every muscle in your body screaming to run, every instinct telling you that running is exactly what gets you caught. You get in your car and don't breathe right again for another 20 minutes. You realize the story being told about you on that screen is not the same as the truth. But right now, in this exact moment, it doesn't matter which one is real, because everyone watching believes the one on TV. Day 9. You think about your mother for the first time without immediately pushing the thought away. You know her phone is being watched. You know this because you've seen enough of these stories to know how it works. They don't need you to call. They just need someone you love to slip once. You write her a letter instead. No return address. You mail it from a town 3 hours from where you're actually staying, using a fake name on the envelope in case anyone's watching the post office too. You don't hear back. You won't, for a long time. You realize this is what the sentence actually looks like before any court ever hands one down. You've already lost every person who mattered the moment you got in that car. You sit in a motel parking lot that night, and for the first time since this started, you let yourself cry, just for a minute. Then you wipe your face and go back to being someone who doesn't have time for that. Day 14. A state trooper pulls in behind you at a red light. Your hands go white on the wheel. You do the math in half a second. Expired inspection sticker on your car. A headlight that's been out since day 4. 100 small things that could turn this red light into the moment it all ends. The light turns green. You drive exactly the speed limit. Your heart is going so hard you can feel it in your ears. He follows you for 6 blocks, 6 of the longest blocks of your entire life. Then he turns off. Unrelated stop. Nothing to do with you at all. You pull into a parking lot 2 minutes later and sit there, hands still shaking, and realize you almost had a heart attack over nothing. And you know with absolute certainty that this exact moment is going to happen again and again for as long as this lasts. Day 21. You see a billboard on the highway. Your face again, this time with a phone number and a reward amount underneath it. $10,000 for information leading to your arrest. You realize that number means someone, somewhere is doing the math right now, weighing whether they know you, whether they've seen you, whether $10,000 is worth making a call. You start avoiding places with security cameras entirely. You stop making eye contact with anyone. You change your appearance. You cut your own hair in a gas station bathroom sink, badly, just to look less like the photo everyone's seen. You realize the version of you in that photo doesn't exist anymore. You've become someone else entirely, not by choice, but because staying yourself was no longer survivable. Day 31. You haven't spoken a full sentence out loud to another person in 9 days. You're staying in the back room of an abandoned property you found 2 towns over. No electricity, a sleeping bag, and silence so complete you can hear your own heartbeat at night. You do the math on how much longer you can do this. Your $340 is long gone. You've been surviving on whatever cash odd jobs under the table can bring in, paid by people who don't ask questions and definitely don't ask your real name. You think for the first time about turning yourself in, not because you're ready to face what's waiting, but because you're not sure you can survive being this alone for one more day. You don't do it. Not yet. But you know, somewhere underneath the exhaustion, that this can't go on forever. Not because you'll get caught, but because there's only so much of a person that running can wear away before there's nothing left to run with. Day 39. It ends the way it almost always ends. Not in a dramatic chase, but quietly. A traffic stop, a routine license plate check, an officer who runs your plate out of pure procedure, not suspicion, and gets a hit that makes his hand move slowly toward his radio. You see it happen in his face before he says a word. You know, in that half second, that 39 days of running has come down to this exact moment, on this exact street, for no dramatic reason at all. You put your hands on the wheel where he can see them. You don't run. You don't have anything left to run with. As they read you your rights, you think about the version of you from 39 days ago. The one who backed out of his driveway with no bag, no plan, no idea what running would actually cost. You realize too late, the thing no one tells you before you make that choice. Running doesn't buy you freedom. It just delays the moment you have to face everything. And it takes almost everything else from you while you wait. Every fugitive believes in the first hour that distance is the same thing as freedom. It isn't. Distance just buys time. And time, when you're running, doesn't heal anything. It just adds up, day by exhausting day, until there's nothing left of the person who started running in the first place. By the time it ends, most fugitives aren't caught. They're found because there's simply no one left inside them still capable of running.